Just like a child that grows from rolling to crawling, walking, falling, and then walking, jumping, our physical strength increases over the years based on the challenges that we take on. And if you want to be physically stronger and healthier, you need to put away some unhealthy habits like eating junks and do more workouts to build your muscles. This also applies in terms of building mental strength. Nobody is born with mental toughness. The key is to keep practicing and exercising your mental muscle. So I know you might have questions like, why do I need to know this? How can I even tell if I'm a mentally strong person? And what are the practical ways for me to build my mental strength? Well, I'm about to answer all your questions in this video, so make sure you watch till the end.
Hola.
Hello and welcome back, friends. This is Tinola. If you're just seeing this hot chocolate for the first time, on this channel, I share valuable content. We're all about looking our best, feeling our best, and living our best life. So please consider joining this thriving family by clicking on that subscribe button down below. The truth is, our emotional response in the face of hardship determines our happiness. And as much as we are entitled to how we feel, we can avoid to dwell on things that are beyond our control. So if you're wondering if you're a mentally tough person, here are some questions that could be an indicator as to what level you are on. For example, how do you handle stress and setbacks? Are you quickly stressed about every little thing that goes on in your day? If there's traffic on the road, that steals away your joy. If you're late to work, that steals away your joy. Every single thing stresses you out, you feel overwhelmed. Also, are you able to focus on your goals, especially when things get tough? Do you bounce back quickly after a disappointment or a failure or even success? How well do you dwell on these things? And how are you able to quickly bounce back from them and keep moving forward? Or do they make you feel stuck and weak? These are all examples that can tell how resilient you are as a person. And the truth is, mental toughness in your 20s even is what will get you from your present state or your past states to that future self that you want to become. Mental toughness is that thing that gets us out of our comfort zone, that reminds us not to keep dwelling on our victories, as they often just rub our egos without really helping us to want to move forward. Mental toughness is what gives us the courage to keep bouncing back and to keep moving forward. So how do you practice this? So the first myth you want to throw out in the garbage is living life without struggling. There's nothing like that. That mentality is unreal and it doesn't get us far. I'm someone that strongly believes in living a life where you're thriving and not just struggling to survive. So it doesn't feel like we're constantly struggling every single day and we're trying to stay afloat. I believe in taking those strokes and charging forward and really thriving and living your best life. But then, struggle is part of what builds our character. It's part of what builds our resilience, our tenacity. I know a lot of people don't like the word struggle, so I'll use the word challenge instead. Challenge sounds more acceptable. So challenging yourself to leave your comfort zone, your shell, to put away your fears and to keep going forward is essential in you building your mental toughness. In as much as struggle causes pain, there is no gain without pain, so embrace the challenge. I love a concept that is usually attributed to David Goggins, and it's about the 40% rule. It's a reminder that whenever we feel like we've pushed ourselves beyond our limits, that is just us using 40% of our actual capacity. At the end of the day, we still have about 60% more strength, more capacity that we can still push through to achieve even more results. It's such a brilliant phenomenon. This is such a great reminder that we can achieve great things if we keep pushing ourselves beyond the threshold that we consider or perceive as our limits. The third is to pay attention to our mindset. A lot of times we tell ourselves negative talks. We're constantly telling ourselves that I can't do it. But there's a difference between I can't and I don't want to, or I shouldn't do it, or I will not do it. So we have to pay attention to those negative self-talks we have in our minds, because it really goes a long way. In the physical, your ability to talk yourself down negatively is the same ability you have to hype yourself up and see life's challenges from an optimistic mindset. It's not a matter of how many times we fall, but how quickly we're able to bounce back. As human beings, throughout our lifespan, we're constantly reinventing ourselves. And especially when you're in your 20s, you have a lot of things to explore. We're trying different things to see what works for us, to see what really gives us that sense of purpose and pleasure. And so failure is bound to happen, but you have to embrace that fact. It helps to embrace failure and learn from it. Yes, it can be embarrassing, but trust me, nobody cares. Because at the end of the day, if you look at the people you look up to, they've all had a time in their life where they failed woefully. All of them, check their track records. They all have failed as one thing or the other. Look at some of these big tech companies, the likes of Nokia, BlackBerry, Apple. Can you see the difference? Apple is constantly reinventing itself every single year. Well, aside capitalism and, them constantly wanting to sell new products to you, it's funny how they keep making all these new features. And before, I used to be very skeptical about the products. I'm like, what's the difference between iPhone 13 and iPhone 10? But let's be honest, guys. iPhone 6 compared to iPhone 13 is not the same. So this is just an example of a company or a brand or a person constantly reinventing themselves. This is so crucial as human beings. And for you to keep believing in yourself, to keep pushing yourself to reinvent yourself, is you also developing mental toughness. Look at Bing, for example. I cannot believe that I actually use Bing right now. Because for the longest time, nobody knew about Bing. Nobody even thought about it anymore. It was something that our parents used. But now, everybody's using Bing because guess what? They are reinventing themselves. So you have to learn to keep bouncing back. The fifth point is to set small and achievable goals. When you set too many big or unrealistic goals, it can lead to disappointment, frustration, and being overwhelmed. So start with small goals that you know you can accomplish and build it up from there. The sixth point is to develop a support system. Yes, as human beings, part of us being mentally tough requires us drawing strength from other people around us. And you having friends or families, mentors, or even online communities that will encourage you, remind you whenever you're feeling really down. These are people that understand what you're going through and they can offer encouragement and advice to you. It makes all the difference when things get really tough. And the last but not the least is to practice mindfulness and self-care. Mindfulness is the art of being present and aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It can help you stay calm and focused in the face of stress and adversities. And you definitely want to incorporate this in your daily routine. Because let's be honest, life is stressful. You will always have those moments. But practicing mindfulness really comes handy. And I talked more about mindfulness in my recent video, which you can check out. Finally, you want to remember that mental toughness and resilience is not something you develop overnight. It's a journey. There will be ups and downs, but with time, with practice, and with the right mindset, you will become stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to handle whatever life throws at you. So I hope this video has inspired you to become more resilient, and if you have any other tips or strategies that you use, please leave them down in the comment box below. And as always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up by hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep shining. Bye.